Here we go.
Well, good evening. Easy for me to say, everyone. Welcome to our Summit Team call. Tonight, we're talking about chewing your way to good nutrition. You saw your last What's New newsletter in the mail. You probably got a little dose of what you can do other than swallowing tablets. So we're going to talk about some of those Shaklee options that you may want to consider. Have you not tried them already? Maybe it's time to make a switch. Or if you've heard that I just don't swallow pills objection from people, which is a valid objection for some, this might be the call that you want to share with them. So tonight we're going to be going over those products. And at the end, I'd love to open it up for testimonials. If any of you have a specific story that goes along with those products, positive experience, or a story that went positively with a customer or a client, love to get into that as well. So let me get the PowerPoint going here so we can get into the nitty gritty. All right. So there's the issue. We're going to go through a little bit at a time so we can kind of pare down what the products are. Before we get into that, definitely wanted to talk a little bit about our concept of daily nutrition. I think there's the idea of daily nutrition, but then there's the reality of daily nutrition in most people's lives, right? So chicken nuggets in front of the computer at 1 o'clock in the morning may not be your best nutritional idea, but the reality is some people run in busy lives. There's a million things going on. So, two major important things to point out. The reality of daily nutrition for most people is they think they're doing well, but there's nutritional gaps. Busy schedules can be skip meals or not enough time to prepare quality ingredients in our foods. There's processing involved in convenience foods with additives, poor food chain practices. What do I mean by that? It means you start all the way down in God's green earth, down in the soil, and it's been over-tilled, overused, depleted with nutrition, and then doused with chemicals. And that goes all the way up the food chain until it hits your table after has been colored, fried, oiled, added, flipped around, upside down, inside out, put in a plastic package, and ends up in your refrigerator. These are things that we think we're doing the right thing, and when we really take a close look, we've got some gaps in our nutrition. And of course, not all supplements are created equal. If you're new to Shaklee Corporation, I think this is probably the the level playing field you need to be aware of is that if you're not doing the testing, if you're not looking at the quality ingredients going into your supplementation, you will continue those nutrient gaps. And as we say in Shaklee, what is the most expensive multivitamin? The one that doesn't work at all, right? So we look at ingredient sourcing and purity and safety and testing and all that stuff. Bioavailability means it's getting into your body, and we can actually have a metric of what is going into your body and is making any difference. That's the Shaklee difference. We go beyond organic. So just a quick review for anyone who hasn't really heard about Shaklee before. Beyond organic is exactly that. Organic is a great starting place. But organic is not the be all end all of product raw material purity. We can have organic materials that are exposed to contaminated water in the growth period. You can have pollution, air pollution come over a field. So organic is a great starting place, but if you don't test for the contaminants that may be there after they've been harvested and before they get moved around into the manufacturing process, you could very well have a contaminated raw material that's going straight into the end product. So our standards are high enough to be 3 times what the U.S. Pharmacopoeia calls for in product quality testing. So we're screening for over 350 different contaminants and pesticides, herbicides, and other impurities on every single botanical that goes into all of the products that Shaklee produces. So when you're looking at 300 plus nutritional products offered by Shaklee in its different forms, you've got a lot of testing to do to make sure that we are delivering the finest to the market. And this is all voluntary. This is what Shaklee has been doing for decades, and we have yet to see our equal in the industry. All right, let's get into some of these challenges. Swallowing pills. I have heard this from a lot of people that they just can't swallow pills. And Dr. Shaklee's first multivitamin was actually a liquid. And over time, we were able to develop pure food, whole food botanicals into compressed tablets. And that, by and large, has been one of the delivery systems for decades. And over the years, we've been able to break away from that and develop some cool products, including some of the stuff that's come out recently that isn't swallowing tablets or capsules. So we're going to start on the multivitamin side. And just for you who are new to Shaklee or looking at it again, the Vita Lee brand of Shaklee is all of our multivitamins. So we have a lot of different kinds, and of all of them that are not a tablet, we have one that we're going to spotlight tonight that you can chew your way to better nutrition, and that's the Gummy Multi Plus from Shaklee, their Vitally Gummy. What's great about this product, I think, is they spent a lot of time developing something that actually tastes good. The caveat is we weren't able to put everything into the gummy multi that would go into a tablet because they taste horrible. There are certain things you just cannot take the flavor away from. But even then, uh, there are a ton of things in the gummies for a daily nutrition regimen. They're really tasty. I don't know if any of you have really taken a liking to them, but I mean, it's almost like this can't be a vitamin. Come on. It's like a little thing of candy. But if you look what it does, it has the core nutrients to support brain, heart, immune health, and also give you that energy boost. So, 100% daily values of lots of key nutrients of concern, including the ones that a lot of people miss out on in their meals. It's vitamin A, C, D, and E are all in the gummy capsule, chewable. Of course, it comes with Dr. Shaklee's 100% money back guarantee that he started with, and it still rings true today. You can just return the empty bottle and get your money back if you don't like it. So the if I go back to the gummy, one thing that I can attest to also, it's safe for children. Children can take the gummy multi plus. So I'm going to start with the kids products that are in the newsletter in this round. And one of those is Incredibites. Our kids were on Incredibites very early on in my Shaklee business. And I think what I loved about them, it's a chewable tablet. But one of the features that I really loved about this product was it didn't have sugar in it. It has sugar alcohols, which are very different. For example, xylitol, natural sugar, does not decay the teeth like typical sugars will. And it's been shown that xylitol actually will fight the bacteria that causes ear infections in children. So if you're looking for that extra immune boost with their base nutrition, they're going to love the natural grape flavor. There's no weird artificial colors or fillers in this product. It's actually colored by vegetable juice. So it's got what kids need, the bone building matrix. Those nutrients for their early bone development are in this product. So if you're looking for an alternative that children are going to actually enjoy taking, but a powerhouse of nutrition, Incredibites is definitely a good option for you. This is also a good graphic of what is in nutrition wise in an Incredibites serving. Enough vitamin A and 1.5 cups of cantaloupe, vitamin C, a glass of orange juice, folic acid, 4 cups of cooked broccoli. Now, if you had to get your kids to eat 4 cups of cooked broccoli, who would win that fight? Just curious. Iron, we got cooked spinach, vitamin E, vitamin D, magnesium, zinc, selenium, vitamin K. So if you look at the comparison, there's no way you're going to get your kids to eat any of that, especially the broccoli and the Brussels sprouts, right? So Incredibites, great alternative. We have a super immunity for kids nutrition. The super immunity gummies have a great benefit in addition to Incredivites. You can give your children both of these. So if you are a parent and you are struggling with the cold and flu, stuffy nose, missing school, sore throat, all that kind of stuff, and that's cycling through your family, it's probably time to level up a little bit. And through the Incredivites and the super immunity dietary supplements may be your missing link to getting them back on track and getting that out of your house. Again, it's sweetened with xylitol, does not promote tooth decay, and promotes fighting of the bacteria that you see in ear infections. And I know some parents deal with that all the time. The continual, oh, it's a cold. Now it's a cough, and now it's an ear infection going through that cycle again and again and again. This may be the missing link, and this was kind of what happened in my family when my kids were little and we were new to Shaklee. We didn't know what to take, and my wife, Jane, just kind of threw down the gauntlet and said, enough is enough, and put us all on a regimen of Shaklee vitamins. And from that point, when they got into school, we had all the way through high school, pretty much perfect attendance from all of our kids. They could fight a cold overnight and get back right in the saddle the next day if we gave them the proper nutrition. So I wish we had these. I wish we had these little gummies. Would have been a great thing to have. We took the other products that were in tablet form, we crushed them up, we squirted them in things, we did whatever we could to get them down the hatch. Now we've got a convenient way to do that through the super immunity. So there's a few frequently asked questions about it. Uh, is it a daily use product? It is. You can also just use it in times of need for immune support, but I would recommend adding this to the Incredivites regimen. So you can take it with Incredivites, and adults can also take this too. So if you're looking for a great tasting immune boost and you are maybe sensitive to other options, this may be something worth trying. Now, if you understand the individual needs for each person in your family, you probably know that some people need a little more of this and a little more of that and a little less of this. And figuring that out can be a little bit of a challenge. It takes a little bit of time. But once you get that dialed in, Meology may be a great plan for kids. The Meology Kids is an all-in-one vitamin pack of special uh, uh, nutritional products put into a sachet that has their name on it. So not only does it have um, uh, the multivitamin gummy packs, but it also has our omega-3. We're going to talk a little bit about the omega-3 chewies, but the Meology may be something worth looking into. And what's great about Meology is it has all the vitamins and minerals that you would find in any of our multivitamin products without the sugar, of course. It's got a higher daily value of core nutrients, and there's a sugar-free sweetener in there that is yummy to the kids, but is not going to make the product stick together in the package or create the incidence of tooth decay. And if you have multiple kids, 10% off for two Meology kits, and 15% off for three. So there's an incentive here if you're trying to figure out an affordable way to get quality nutrition into your kids that they're actually going to take instead of hide down the heating vent or feed to the dog or throw into the bushes on the way to school, which I was guilty of at least 2 out of 3 of those when I was growing up. This may be an alternative for that. All right. So another great immune supplement, as well as other things, is our chewable Vita C that's featured in our What's New newsletter. So I thought this was a great statement. Your body is capable of many things, but it can't make vitamin C. And it's water soluble. So it evacuates out of your system. If you're not using it and you're not getting it in your diet, your body's going to evacuate it. And if it's not replenished, it's not going to be there when your body needs it. So when your body makes a call for vitamin C, it's something that you need to have on a daily basis. Of course, the vitamin C is famous for immune support, but it also has a lot of a lot to do with free radical damage and uh, blood cell development and tissues in your body. So vitamin C, very helpful. You can also get it in a swallowable tablet, but again, for those people who are looking for another alternative to getting vitamin C into their diet, this may be the one. And they're a great tasting lemon flavor. They're quite yummy. All right, so we talked about a little bit about the Meology kids and the omega-3 jellies. So these omega-3 jellies are a way to get your omega-3s into your system easily without the uh, fishy taste. So if any of you have taken traditional omega-3 supplements, the first thing you need to know is for years there's been a class action lawsuit against the producers of omega-3 supplements simply because the raw material sourcing for a lot of these companies, and you've seen the brands, I won't say them, but you've seen them on the shelf in your grocery store aisles. The raw materials that they've used to get the omega-3 oil out is fish that has been rejected by the USDA for food purposes. So they get sold onto the market to create supplement omega-3s. They're inferior in their DHA and EPA levels. It's mostly just junk oil that you're getting in a lot of these supplements instead of the ultra pure DHA and EPA that you'll find in the omega-3 jellies and our swallowable capsule, Omega Guard. But the new technology that uses what's called emulsified droplets, these have a higher absor a higher level of the absorption type of omega-3s. You're going to have a great experience with this, especially if you're used to taking an omega-3 and you might have the fish aftertaste. This may be your solution. It's the strawberry lemonade flavor that helps keep that under wraps when you take it. So great way to get your omega-3s in. Next is another chewable product that I think is fabulous. I've had chewable CalMag Plus on my shelf for years and years. One serving, which is 4 chewable tablets, is 1,300 milligrams of calcium, which is if you look at the upper limits of the DVs that are out there, it's 2,000 per day. So this is getting you up into those levels where you're not overdoing it with your calcium, and 600 IUs of vitamin D3. And of course, magnesium. And when you have calcium and magnesium, if you're having cramping issues, cramps in your legs or any other areas of the body, this may be what the missing link is getting more calcium, magnesium into your body. The vitamin D is helpful because it is one of the building blocks of bone density. So you can't have bone density development without vitamin D along with your calcium. It comes in two forms of calcium, calcium citrate and calcium carbonate. Both are bioavailable versions and they absorb in different ways. So that's why they have the two different kinds in there. And if you've ever or know somebody who gets occasional indigestion, this may be a great little tool for them. Instead of reaching for Tums or one of those like products, kind of like that, those are filled with things like mineral oil and talc and stuff like those. You'll find that in some of those anti-acid tablets. Chewable CalMag Plus will be a great substitute for that. All right, what else can you chew on? Well, if you get a little hungry throughout your day or trying to get rid of the munchies, these are great. These are our snack bars. There's a few different flavors. I'll show you those in a second, but it really is a great way to get about 9 to 10 grams of protein per bar, depending on which bar you're choosing, with some fiber. And that protein is power packed with leucine, the amino acid that helps you burn fat and retain your muscle mass. So super important. If you're trying to reach your protein goals, this could be that 10 grams of protein that you were looking for to push you over the 30 grams of protein in a sitting, because that's when you start developing your own GLP-1, which is Ozempic, but it is your version, your natural version in your body, which helps you satiate, stop eating because you have a craving, and puts you into the physical state of you're done eating, and now you can start burning fat. So this could be a missing link if you just need a little push over the edge for that 30 grams per sitting. Try snack bar. We've got the peanut butter snack bar, cherry almond, toffee chocolate crunch, and the chocolate coconut. Great tasting little snacks you can throw anywhere into a bag, a gym bag, your purse if you're traveling. I usually have one in my purse. Um, you can have it ready to go in your car. I have a few in the car, the console of my car. So if you ever get stuck somewhere, you just need a little extra boost. Snack bars are good. I also have these on hand, Shaklee's meal bars. So if a snack bar isn't cutting it because you just need a larger pack and you can't put together maybe a life shake or something like that, these guys have 18 to 20 grams of protein in one bar, along with a whole host of other vitamins and minerals that you're gonna typically supposed to get in a regular sit down meal. So super convenient, pretty low calorie for watching a per meal intake. And if you look at it, of course, non-GMO, gluten-free, it's high in protein, up to 20 grams. It's got fiber in it, and it's not going to spike your blood sugar levels, which is the low glycemic indicator there on the label. So these things are readily available for you to just put into the shelf and distribute them out into your life where they're going to be convenient and handy for you when you run into those instances where you look around and all the choices are bad. You go to a concession situation at like a stadium where you're not allowed to have outside food, you can smuggle one of these in. No one's going to care and notice. And you can have that instead of maybe a hot dog or a corn dog or something, because that's all they offer at the concession stand. This would be a good alternative to that. Also gluten-free, non-GMO. It's got the added leucine in it to burn that fat first and keep your muscles strong. And of course, it's the Shaklee way, no artificial stuff in there. All right. So we're going to open it up for some testimonials, but I did want to let everybody know that our next product focus is on your liver. So you're going to see your Love Your Liver newsletter get into your hands soon through the mail. But we're going to be talking about this. Our our liver is probably one of the most important organs for processing toxins out of our body and metabolizing things for energy. So we can narrow it down to this one organ. What are you doing for your liver? Well, we're going to talk about that on May 11th, same time, 7 o'clock on that Monday in Mountain Time. All righty. What do we have out there for testimonials? Any of those products that I mentioned been helpful for anyone, or you have some great stories? Please unmute and let us know.
Hey, Scott, real quickly, I just want to reemphasize that every single Shaklee product, gummies, chewables, drinkable, or anything else, is low glycemic, which means diabetics can use every single Shaklee product.
Thank you for that, Rick. Yeah, if you're looking at the glycemic index scale, most of our products are well below the threshold of 38, I believe, is the highest level on the index to qualify for low glycemic. Some of those products are in the teens for numbers for low glycemic index. Good point. Thank you.
Scott, you want to cancel your Shaklee, cancel your share?
Oh, yes. I'll never cancel my Shaklee.
I started to say Shaklee share, thinking of the app, but
All right, we're out. Thank you. Hey, Shirley.
Hey, Scott. One way that I use the chewables, the Vitally gummies, and the super immunity, this replaces buying groceries, by the way. You can make PV and loyalty points, etc. Is I use them for snacks and dessert. They're wonderful. They really are. So that's how I personally use them.
Wow. Yeah, that's interesting. I've heard that just replacing those things that you crave for sweet with
Yeah,
something that is actually sweet, that is good for you, like those, will stop that, will turn that craving off.
yeah.
And Yeah, great point.
So we do the life strip, and we do exactly the same thing, Shirley. They're in our kitchen, gummies, and also encourage people that if they're doing the Vitalea gummies only, not taking the other Vitaleas, to be sure to add chewable calcium magnesium, because the Vitalea gummies don't have calcium.
Yeah, magnesium tastes like battery acid or something, apparently. So,
One more thing, Scott.
yeah.
If you can get kids to like the Incredivites, which do have more nutrients in them, and they're not crazy maybe about the grape taste right off the bat, for example, have them chew along with that Incredivite the chewable C, the lemon flavor. So they put one of each in their mouth and chew them up together, and that's at least a suggestion for kids if they're kind of finicky about taste. Parents can certainly try that.
Great suggestion. Thanks, Shirley. Jenny.
One thing, when the boys were in sports and band, they would get cramps and shin splints, and the chewable calcium magnesium was wonderful. It made a huge difference for them. They'd come home and they're like limping.
Yeah.
They would stuff them with a few of those before supper, and by
Good
after
idea.
supper they were okay.
Yes, the contraction and the relaxation of muscles is controlled by the presence of calcium and magnesium in your body. So absolutely, that makes a lot of sense.
Well, with the chewable, the chewies, the Vitalite chewies, gummies, I actually had a customer that wouldn't use the Vitalite at all. And I finally talked her into buying one bottle of, the gummies. And now she's, it's on an auto ship, a loyalty order every month. So
I'm not surprised. Yeah, they are not hard to like.
No,
That's
and, and she just,
they go fast.
Yeah, she determined she wasn't going to swallow anything. It's like, oh my gosh.
Yep.
So anyway, yeah.
Hey, Lorraine, did you have something?
I was just going to say that I have, for me personally, and at least 3 of my customers, I've had them add, in addition to Osteomatrix, to add the calcium magnesium, and they've been able to take their bone density from osteopenia into a regular level. So that
that's very hard to do nutritionally.
It is hard to do, and it's that chewable Cal Mag. It puts it over the edge and reverses that bone loss. So
that's incredible. Yeah. Thank you for that.
Scott, what is the you were talking about the suppliers of the omega-3 through badly sourced fish. I guess those were like reject fish that somehow didn't make the safety scans or whatever, or going into supplements like you might find on Amazon or in Walmart or something. Is there a letter somewhere that I could get, or all of us could get, that we could use that to, if we're saying that
I think I do have some stuff in my archives. I'll have to go digging, but if you look up class action lawsuit omega-3 fish oil supplementation,
I'll do it. Yeah.
a whole bunch of stuff will come up on that. Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Don't worry about finding it. I'll go hunt it.
Yeah, it's out there. It's just they don't want to talk about it.
No, of course not.
All right.
This was great. Did a very thorough job on all of this.
Yes. Excellent.
Yeah, that was
Welcome.
good. Thank
All right.
you.
Well, we'll call it a night then.
Thank you, Scott.
Yeah,
Very
thanks.
good.
Thank you.